Mare of Steel by Iowaforever. Chapter 21. Rainbow Dash looked over Ponyville once more. She tried her best at not panicking, but her paces and nerves were on the edge of fraying. She even switched between vision modes, but could find nothing. She growled and slipped down the plaza, scanning the passing crowds. Her hopes rose when she saw Applebloom and Sleepy standing near Secret Cube Corner, the two fillies talking to each other about something. "Hey guys!" Rainbow called, ducking through the milling ponies to reach the Cuckoo's Traders. "Have I ever seen Scootaloo?" "No, Rainbow," Sleepy said. "She hasn't showed up for any of our Crusader meetings ever since we went to see Sakura." "We tried going to her house, but we haven't seen her later either," Evelyn said. "Is she in trouble or something?" I don't know. I'll just have to keep looking for her." Rainbow Dash took off once more, turning east and heading towards the Everfree Forest. She switched through her vision once more, but no avail. Grumbling, she landed just outside Ponyville, scanning the woods for any sign of danger. "Scoots, I think you're awesome, but sometimes you can do stupid things." "Why am I not surprised that you, of all ponies, would say such a thing?" a voice from behind Rainbow said. She turned and saw blonde Pegasus walking to her, her eyes already unfocused, dull, and glowing. "Derpy, what's wrong with you?" "Oh, rest assured that your friend is perfectly all right," Derpy said, although with her simple mind he was very easy to manipulate. "Who are you, and what have you done with my friend?" Rainbow rose up into a fine stance, for remembering she was not carrying her suit. "Please, violence now would only complicate matters, especially concerning the likes of you. My name is Vildrox. I am a Kaluan scientist in search of an acquaintance of mine." Rainbow lowered her forehoofs. "Colon, that's some kind of alien thing, right?" Derpy nodded slightly. "Technically, yes, but I believe I have moved beyond that sort of classification." "Whatever! What have you done to my friend? Where's Scootaloo?" Rainbow Dash asked, taking a slight step forward. Derpy blinked before speaking. "Your friend is simply under my hypnotic control. I would have preferred to use another unicorn, but the specimens around here seem to be a bit stronger when it comes to mental capacity. As for your second question, the filly is safe with me, for the time being." Rainbow Dash growled and raised her hose once more. "If you do anything to hurt her, I swear to Celestia I will—" "Please, save me the speeches." Derpy rose to the air, coming eye level with Rainbow Dash. "The filly is, by and large, useless to me. Her mental capacity is underdeveloped, and I do not worry over her physical forms as much as the equestrians do. However, she does have one thing I need." "What?" "Connections," Derpy said matter-of-factly. Rainbow raised an eyebrow as Derpy kept talking. "Preliminary scans of the filly's memory and subconscious show she has a connection with the Kryptonian, Super Mare. What exactly that connection is not very important right now. But the fact that it exists gives me an advantage." Rainbow Dash's eyes narrowed slightly. "For what?" "She is close to you, so that is considered a feat you happen to be looking for her at the exact time I was looking for you." "So, what do you want me to do?" Rainbow Dash asked. "I need you to deliver a message." Derpy smirked. "I will be in Seattle with the filly tomorrow. Super Mare will meet me there. Then we can discuss what will happen to our friend." "You won't get away with this!" Rainbow Dash rushed forward, right hoof raised. But Derpy's eyes stopped glowing and the Pegasus plummeted to the ground. Hero instincts overrode anything else, and Rainbow dove, skipping up Derpy before she hit the ground. "Remember, tomorrow in Seattle," the voice of Vildrox said before cutting out entirely. Rainbow Dash growled again and scanned the buildings around her, as if searching for any sign of Vildrox. "Rainbow Dash?" Derpy asked, her eyes returning to normal, skewed precision. "Derpy, what happened to you?" Rainbow placed Derpy on the ground before stepping back, allowing the other mare to speak. "Well, I was going out to Barry Sponge's house to pick up Dinky from a play date, but then this unicorn stepped down an alley and now I'm here." She shuffled her hoods. I didn't do anything bad, did I?" "No, but some ponies up to no good." Rainbow had never done a lot of heroics near Seattle. Despite attracting a larger proportion of weirdos, there was almost no crime to speak of. It was a ways away from anything that might have caused a natural disaster. It being close to a few airship manufacturers meant that almost all the construction equipment was top of the line, thereby negating the chance of pony-caused disasters. So he turned once more, scanning the city for any sign of Scootaloo or this Vildrax. When I'm done here, I need to ask my father about Collins. So he scanned the city once more before looping around, heading straight towards Seattle's Central Park. There were not many ponies in the area, meaning that if there was a fight there, would be few civilians to get in the way. Rainbow came to a stop in the center of the park, adjusting her suit once she landed. She did not have to wait very long. Beneath a nearby tree, a ball of purple iris began to form. It grew in size before dissipating, depositing a green unicorn with a purple mane and weird suit. Rainbow Dash rose to the air, forehooves raised. Vildrax, I presume? More or less. The unicorn replied, his voice flat and lacking in any emotion. Judging by your age and attire, marked by the crest of House of N, I can assume you are Super Mare. The crest of... How did you know that? I know many things about Kryptonians, Super Mare. Heredity is nothing of your great importance. Vildrax took a few steps towards Rainbow before continuing. You seem too temperamental in your emotions. You are most likely raised here in Equestria rather than on Krypton. Further records show that only one ship managed to escape Krypton's destruction, and only Jor-El was capable and had the means to produce such a ship. As the dimensions of that ship were too small to see a fully grown Kryptonian, you must have come here as a child, meaning that you are most likely Kara Jor-El, daughter of Jor-El, rather than one of Jor-El's agents. Rainbow blinked. How does this guy know all this? What are you? Many things, Kara Jor-El. My form may appear to be that of a colon scientist, but many years of experimentation, augmentation, and acquisition have transformed me into something much greater. All of the knowledge in the universe is within my grasp, ready for me to access at any given moment. So, you're really smart or something? Rainbow glared down Vildrax. So what am I supposed to call you now? Ultra Egghead? I'm going to bet none of you are going to get that reference. Nobody in this room. Brainiac? There was a pause. Brainiac. That was what your kind called me when I first encountered them on the final days of Krypton. Interesting that one such as you would remember something like that. Doesn't matter. Rainbow's eyes began to glow as her hate vision filled up. Where's Scootaloo? Ah, yes, the divinity that you care about so much. Brainiac's horn shimmered as Scootaloo appeared next to him. Her eyes were dull, but not glowing with the sight of brainwashing. Yes, she is, unharmed. Good. Now give her back to me. I said I would be here with the Vinny. I never said I would give her back. With a snarl, Rainbow Dash shot forward, right hook drawn back. Brainiac teleported Scootaloo away, but was struck by Rainbow's attack instead of flying. Give her back now! My final plan is not complete, and it requires her services. Your impulsiveness, however, may complicate things. Rainbow Dash rushed for another strike, but Brainiac sidestepped the attack and punched her in the side, knocking her to the ground. Rainbow rolled back to her host, just in time to cast a spell into the face of Brainiac. This spell sent Rainbow tumbling head over hooves, stopping only when she slammed into a large tree. Snoring, she rose up into the air, tracking Brainiac as he prepared for an attack. Rainbow growled and rushed forward, tackling Brainiac and slamming him to the ground, showering the park with dirt. She managed to land 3 punches before Brainiac hit her in the gut and pinched her away. As he recovered, Brainiac pulled away, launching a spell that pinned her to the ground. Pathetic waste of potential, Brainiac said as Rainbow struggled against the spell. The mind of an Equestrian implanted into the body of a Kryptonian. I find it almost insulting. Why? Because you're too good for something like a passion? Loyalty? Those words lack any meaning for me. I understand and respect only logic, not flights of fancy or idealism. The unicorn replied. Rainbow Dash finally broke free of the spell and lunged at Brainiac, tackling him just as he fired the next spell. The attack went wide, impacted the side of a nearby building, blowing out the windows and starting a small fire. Brainiac bucked Rainbow away, knocking her towards the burning building. Not wanting anybody else to get hurt, Rainbow rose through the air and returned towards the fire. She took a deep breath before blowing a stream of ice at the building, crystals interacting with flames and dousing the fire. Just as she finished putting out the fire, Rainbow was struck by another blast from Brainiac. tumbling from the sky and landing in a heap underground. I am not a fighter, primarily. Brainiac says as he walked towards Rainbow. Well, I must say your performance today has been subpar. Why would you care? I'm always interested in data, Kara Joran. Your strength, speed, mental capacity, all of it is interesting to me. I still cannot fathom how a Kryptonian such as you could retain enough of an equestrian upbringing to still be able to function. And I say function in the broadest sense of the term. Sure. Rainbow Dash twisted around and sent a stream of phrase forever Brainiac. Ah! Frost Breath! The now forgotten superpower. He managed to block the attack, but this led him open to a gut punch. Rainbow picked Brainiac up and pinched him into a tree. She rushed forward once more, slamming Brainiac against the tree again and again. Release! Scoot! No! No. Brainiac fired another spell, hitting Rainbow right between the eyes, bringing her to the ground. He fired and kicked her a few more times before tossing her into a building. Wood rained down on her. Your persistence is annoying. I will return to my ship, but I may be back for something else. Perhaps something of value to you. No! You can't! You could not stop me here. What makes you think you can oppose me again? Brainiac's horn began to glow, a disk of light forming around him. Rainbow Dash snarled before pouncing. Brainiac fast before she could hit him again. No, you can't get away from me that easy! Rainbow reached out as far as she could with her senses, but could pick up nothing. Brainiac and Scootaloo had vanished without a trace, and all she knew that he would be back for something, or some point she cared about. I need answers. My father may be able to provide them. Chapter 22. Rainbow Dash did not visit the Fortress of Solitude as much as she had when she first began seeing Super Mare. Knowledge of the universe had grown immensely under her father's tutelage. Now that her friends knew her secret, she never really needed to be alone. Still, the spires of the fortress were a welcome sight amongst the frozen waste surrounding it. The crystals seemed to glow with an otherworldly energy, regardless of angle. And this comforted Rainbow as she flew through the clouds and snow. While she was mostly immune to heat and chill, the design of the fortress was a welcome shield from the worst of the elements. But the business with Brainiac had really thrown her for a loop. She found herself more uneasy as she entered the fortress, even the slightest breeze putting her on edge. She sighed and closed her eyes, trying her best to calm down before proceeding further. Welcome back, my daughter, the voice of Jor-El said as he crossed the threshold into the fortress's main hall. It has been some time since you visited last. I know. Rainbow stood in the center of the main hall as Jor-El's hologram appeared before her. I've been trying my best to guide Equestria, but I've been having some issues. That is understandable, Kara. Overcoming these challenges will allow you to become a stronger guardian, but I believe there is more to your visit than just that. Well, what information can you have on Collins? There was a long pause. You had an encounter with Brainiac, did you not? Rainbow Dash blinked. She thought that Brainiac had been joking when he said that other Kryptonians had called him by that name. Wait, how come you call him Brainiac? It was nearly a name that some of the younger scientists and military officers came up when he first arrived, but I suppose the name stuck. Jor-El's image faded, replaced by the picture of the same green unicorn for Seattle. Brainiac is the only Colin we've ever encountered. The others died out a long time ago, even before we Kryptonians took to space. Then why is he still around? Brainiac is more machine than pony. Though various experiments is how it managed to merge his mind with his ship, giving him access to more information and processing power than anything I could ever have dreamed of. Jor-El sighed. I suppose, in hindsight, that should have been our first warning. What happened? I was dealing with another matter at this time. The Brainiac betrayed our trust and kidnapped the city of Condor before disappearing into space, with no way to know where he was or why he stole Condor. Rainbow's eyes wide in surprise. Wait, he kidnapped an entire city? How do you kidnap a city? I cannot answer that question, Kara. I could have found a solution, but Krypton was destroyed before I could get around to it. But if it is Brainiac that you have encountered, then you can assume that his intentions for Equestria are indeed malicious. There was another pause before Rainbow spoke. What can I do? Find some way to get aboard his ship. Having never directly dealt with Brainiac myself, You must rely on your own skins. I shall provide you with other information you need. Darrell's image faded, replaced by several columns of information. Rainbow Dash scanned through them as quickly as she could, but gave up after a few minutes. She dismissed the information before her frustration grew further, closing her eyes and allowing her mind to clear. I should have gone to Twilight and seen if she could spot this guy with her magic or something. No, dragging Twilight into this could only cause problems. She sighed. Although, he said he might try to come back for something else. Maybe he'd try to steal Cloudsteel just like Candor. Or try to kidnap Mom or Thunderlane or... Her eyes snap open. Thunderlane! I forgot about Thunderlane! With potential kidnapping zones that Brainiac could choose from, Thunderlane seemed the most likely. He was not a magic user, or a class athlete, as far as Rainbow knew. Surrounded by a gaggle of animals, a world-class whiner, or Pinkie Pie, that left him vulnerable. Rainbow spread her wings and took off, racing out of the Fortress of Solitude, turning towards Plainville. Okay, I'm panicking. Thunderlane's fine. I'm just overreacting. Then again, Brainiac kidnapped the city once. Yeah, I'm panicking. She raced over the Crystal Mountains, down into Equestria, increasing her altitude so no one saw her returning home. She slowed down and swung around to the back of her house, taking her King's class as he came to a stop. Yeah, Rainbow Dash, I keep an eye on Tank, considering the last time a pet appeared in one of these superhero stories. Tank, are you in here? She called. The Taurus appeared soon after, least cuts in his mouth. Hey, I need you to lay low and look for the unicorns in weird suits, okay? Tank gave her a slow blink in reply. He continued to munch on his leaf. Don't give me that. This is serious. This guy Brainiac is out to get me, and he might try to hurt you. Another blink. You just don't care, do you? Tank blinked once more as she flew off into another room. Rainbow sighed and continued taking off her suit, returning it to her saddlebags for future use. She went back to her room and flopped down on her bed, trying and failing to clear her mind and stop panicking. She was not helped when she heard Sunpie land just outside her house. Rainbow, are you in here? A voice called, and Rainbow recognized it as her mother. She got out of bed and hurried to the front door, opening it and let Firefly in. I just wanted to see how you were doing after the whole kidnapping thing. You heard about that? Rainbow asked. Firefly chuckled. It was in the papers. Gerald kidnaps Super Mare, claims heroes plan domination. I got a few laughs out of that. Yeah, great. Rainbow shuffled around a little. Well, do you think maybe ponies have gotten the wrong idea about me? Some, but you shouldn't let that get to you. Firefly moved closer to Rainbow Dash, lifting the youngest mare's chin with her hoof. Every pony has to be a critic for something. You know a lot of ponies didn't think I'd be a good enough trainer for the Wonderbolts. I know. Rainbow gave a smile before another thought came to mind. Mom, have you seen any unicorns in weird suits? Firefly frowned. Why? Well, there's this pony called Brainiac, and that's one of my friends. Firefly was silent as Rainbow continued. And he said that might come and try to do the same to someone close to me. And you think I might be one of his targets? Rainbow nodded. Firefly chuckled. Rainbow, I've been through a lot in this life. This Brainiac's going to have a hard time if he thinks he can kidnap me. But what about your cult friend? Rainbow's face flushed red with embarrassment and anger. Mom! Thunderlane's not my cult friend! Really? Firefly said, raising an eyebrow. Yeah, I mean, he's cute and a good conversationalist and cute, but that doesn't mean... Rainbow was stopped by her mother placing her lips to lips. I get it. Still, what about him? Well, I was probably going to warn him and maybe tell him to stay away from me for a little bit. Are you sure that's a good idea? You might get the wrong idea and react badly. Rainbow was silent for a moment before nodding. I know, but it's a risk I need to take. Thunderlane was nervous, once again. Now that his father had gotten involved, though, his nervousness had gone through the roof. Super Mare says he understood, but something of this scale was not to be taken lightly. The only thing he had going for him was that Rumble was asleep, more or less. So he did not have to put up with any harassment from his younger brother. He stood near the window, searching for any signs of the superhero. He would have paced, but that would have increased his tension. He sighed and banged his head against the wall, trying and failing to calm down. I should really tell her. Tell her how I feel about her. She's nice, she understands. Or, just let me down gently. He sighed again. Maybe I'm being too forward. He looked back out the window, spying a small shape that materialized into Super Mare. She landed just outside and waved to him. Basic instinct told him to wave back. He hurried to the door, opening it and stepping out into the night while she waited. Hello again, she said. Sorry I was late. I had some things I needed to clear up. That's okay. Thunderlane took a moment to analyze Super Mare. She seemed off, and nowhere near as happy as he'd been last time they met up. Is something wrong? Huh? I I don't think so. She fell to the ground. I I need to tell you something. Really? Because there's something I need to. I just. Super Mare stopped. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Oh no, go ahead. No, really, you first. Thunderlane stammered for a moment, trying to compose himself as he stood before the superhero. Well, I was thinking, about what we're doing. Going out like this and talking. And, well, I like it a lot. And you're one of the most interesting mares I ever had a chance to talk with. Well, I am a superhero. It's not just that. Thunderlight took a few steps toward her. You're nice. You're smart. I just like being around you. And, well, I feel happy. He looked away. I'm sorry. I'm not good at this sort of thing, but I think... You like me? She asked, taking a few steps of her own. Yeah, I do. And not just like, hey, you're cool because you're a superhero. I like you as, well, you. Superman was silent, and her head tilted to one side. Sorry if I'm being too forward. I just wanted to say that. No, it's okay. I understand. She paused at the ground. I guess I like you too. She smiled, but that quickly shifted into a frown. But, Thunderlane. Yes? I can't keep seeing you. At least not for a while. Thunderlane's emotions dropped. He was not fully sure what to do. His mind was on a fire, so panic. What do you mean? There's a pony. He's an alien, kind of like me, but... Well, he's out to get me. He already kidnapped one of my friends, and he might do the same to you. I can't risk him finding out and hurting you. Superman paused to the ground once more. So, I can't see you until he's gone. Thunderlane thought for a moment before speaking. That's kind of silly. This seemed to cut her off guard. I'm sorry? She asked. How do you know I'd be the one he'd go after? Does he even know about, well, us? I can't risk the chance he does. But there's still a chance he doesn't. You don't have to just abandon me to fight this guy. You don't have to abandon any pony. I'm not trying to. That's what it sounded like you were doing. I don't mean to sound disrespectful. But how are you supposed to be an effective guardian if you just push every pony away like this? But I'm trying to protect you all. How am I supposed to do that when you put yourself in harm's way? Thunderlane did not look exactly like he had a good answer for that. He paused for a moment, trying to find his response the best way possible without insulting her. Look, I'm sorry if I offended you. I just want to make sure that every pony stays safe. But we have to have a chance, right? You're the guardian, not a dictator. Superman stepped back, shocked look on her face. She worked her jaw for a few seconds before closing her eyes and turning away. I'm sorry, Thunderlane, she said. I should never have come back. With that, she spread her wings and took off. Superman, wait! Thunderlane took off after her. But just as he lifted off, he spotted a flash of green out of the corner of his eye. Superman spotted it too, but she did not have time to react before something slammed into her, right between her left wing and her shoulder. With a cry, she plummeted to the ground. Thunderlane watching as he twisted around in the air. Without thinking, he dove down after her, his wings burning as he tried to catch up with the fallen superhero. It was all for naught. Superman crashed to the ground at high speed, dirt and grass exploding outward as she landed. Thunderlane pulled up just before he hit the ground, sprinting the rest of the way to Superman. Are you alright? He asked, rushing to her side trying to pull her up. No, she said, coughing as he flopped onto her side. Now Thunderlane could get a good view of the wound. It was not incredibly deep, but a crossbow bolt embedded in her back was glowing green with some kind of energy. Kryptonite? Funny. I was not expecting this reaction. A new voice said. Thunderlane turned around just as the third Pegasus landed. The newcomer was clad in black body armor, his face hidden behind a black and copper mask. Strapped to his back was a large sword and a variety of other weapons. Then again, I wasn't fully briefed on just what I was dealing with here. Who are you? Thunderlane rose in the air. What do you want with Super Mare? I can't answer the first question, the Pegasus said, but some pony has paid me a generous sum to bring in Super Mare. Alive, preferably. So if you would be so kind as to leave now, I won't waste time hurting you. Thunderlane looked back to Super Mare. She was lapsing in and out of consciousness, though he could tell she was still in pain. He looked back at the black masked Pegasus, who was staring at him with what Thunderlane guessed was a bored expression. I can't let him get away with this. He's my friend and... No! Thunderlane raised his hooves. I won't let you harm her again! There was a pause. Fine. The Pegasus moved faster than Thunderlane had anticipated. Before he could realize what was going on, his attacker had swung around him and bucked him to the side, knocking Thunderlane away from Super Mare. He tried to get up, but the Pegasus kicked him down once more. And here I thought your defiance meant you actually presented a threat. The Pegasus muttered before tossing Thunderlane aside. He let out a grunt just outside the crater, and as he tried to get back up, the Pegasus tossed Super Mare over his shoulder, took off. I suppose I've had my hopes too high, but that's what I get for leaving trotting empty over this. Here. The Pegasus tossed something towards Thunderlane. This might be some help. With that, the Pegasus took off, disappearing into the night as the gas grenade detonated. Thunderlane crouched hard as he stumbled through the fog, trying and failing to locate Super Mare and her kidnapper. This is bad, he said to himself. What should I do? I can't let that nut kidnap her. For a moment, he stopped. But what can I do? I'm not a superhero. It's just a Pegasus. He looked up to the night sky, searching for any sign of movement. I can't give up on her. She needs my help. Thunderlane spread his wings and took off, heading in for the first direction he thought of in search of Super Mare. Silversmith was waiting on the balcony of the Silver Tower. Silver Industries is his main headquarters. Most of his employees had left for the night. He was thankful for that. There would be fewer witnesses to what he was up to. He tipped his watch once more before looking back into the sky, scanning the stars and clouds for any sign of his contact. This is what I get for dealing with professionals, he thought. They always have to run on their own schedule. He dusted his suit one time. This is the shape of two Pegasi approached. This is Super Mare, just as you asked, the first Pegasus said, dropping the unconscious Super Mare to the ground. Good work. Silversmith approached Super Mare, carefully examining her to make sure she was still alive. I must say, I am glad that your services were available, Deathstroke. My pleasure. Now about my reward? Yes, the first payment should be on their way now, as per our agreement. If you make sure my shipment to Cloudsdale remains intact, there may be a little extra in the second payment. Silversmith was always considering himself good at picking out details, but he could not tell if his contact was smiling behind the mask. Of course. And with that, the Pegasus took off, disappearing into the night, leaving Silversmith with Super Mare. He did not have to wait long before there was a pop of magic behind him. I see you are managed to acquire Super Mare, Brainiac said as he approached the fallen hero. More or less. The synthesized kryptonite should keep her under for a few more hours, give or take. Silversmith turns towards Brainiac. You will keep our end of the bargain? Of course. In exchange for the Kryptonian, Equestria shall survive unharmed. Of course. Only after the next part of my plan is complete. The shipment is already on its way. Brainiac did not show any signs of acknowledgement. Instead, stepping past Silversmith and picking up Super Mare in his telekinesis. One thing, though. If capturing Super Mare was your plan all along, why didn't you do it when you first arrived? I could have, but she would have still been fortified in her beliefs. Now, though, she is much more distraught, meaning that she is more likely to make a mistake. Brainiac looked at Super Mare. She will not have to deal with such petty issues again. Just as long as she is gone, I am fine with it. Again, Brainiac remained passive, before there was another pop, and he disappeared to Super Mare. Super Mare remained on the roof for a few more minutes before heading back inside. This is going much smoother than I anticipated.